There are only 3 of them on the entire planet. 3. And one of them sits in the garage of a kid who grew up in a modest house in Rosario, Argentina, and spent his childhood kicking a football against a wall. That car costs more than $2 million. And honestly, it might not even be the most interesting vehicle in his collection. Welcome to Star Wire, where we go beyond the surface and into the stories, the numbers, and the details that actually matter. Today we are breaking down 10 cars inside Lionel Messi's personal collection, not a highlights reel, not a gossip piece, a real, researched look at what the greatest footballer of all time chooses to park in his garage, what those choices cost, and what they quietly reveal about the man himself. Before we get into it, if you are someone who appreciates cars, culture, and content that does not waste your time, Star Wire is your channel. Hit that subscribe button right now, because we put out exactly this kind of content on a regular basis, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. All right, let us start the engine. Number 10, Toyota Land Cruiser. We are opening with something that is going to surprise you, and that is entirely the point. Lionel Messi, a man with a net worth estimated above $650 million, owns and has been regularly spotted using a Toyota Land Cruiser. Not as a placeholder, not as a backup, as an actual chosen vehicle. The Land Cruiser runs around $85,000 to $90,000 depending on the trim and market, which in the context of this collection is essentially pocket change. It produces around 400 horsepower from its twin-turbocharged V6, and it has a reputation that no marketing budget could manufacture. It is simply one of the most reliable go-anywhere vehicles ever built. In certain parts of the world, the Land Cruiser is not a car, it is infrastructure. Messi has been seen using it in Argentina, particularly in and around Rosario, which is significant. This is not the car he uses to make an entrance. This is the car he uses to be a person. There's something quietly admirable about that. When you can afford literally anything with 4 wheels and an engine, choosing a Land Cruiser for your personal time says a lot. It says comfort matters more than status, at least some of the time, and that the kid from Rosario has not completely disappeared behind the global icon. It also says practical wisdom beats ego, and if you have watched Messi play football for 2 decades, you already knew that. Number 9, Cadillac Escalade. Speaking of practicality with presence, let us talk about the Escalade. After Messi made his historic move to Inter Miami in 2023, a transfer that sent the entire American sports media into what can only be described as a collective meltdown, he was regularly photographed arriving to training in a Cadillac Escalade. Base price around $100,000, with the higher trims pushing well beyond that. The Escalade is America's answer to the question nobody asked but everybody secretly wanted answered, which is, what if a living room could also do 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds? It has a 682 horsepower supercharged V8 in its highest performance variants. It seats up to 8 people, and it has enough interior tech to keep a small production team comfortable on a long journey. But here's what makes this choice interesting from a cultural standpoint. Messi spent the majority of his career surrounded by European engineering. Ferrari, Pagani, Maserati, Porsche, the Italian and German school of performance. And then he lands in Miami and starts rolling around in an American SUV. That is not random. That is adaptation. That is a man reading the room, or in this case, reading the road, and choosing what fits the environment he is operating in. Miami is not Barcelona, and the Escalade fits Miami the way the LaFerrari fits a racetrack. Perfectly, unapologetically, and with a little too much personality for the neighbors. Number 8, Audi RS6 Avant now. Before anyone wonders why a man of Messi's resources would own an Audi, let us get one thing clear. The RS6 Avant is not an ordinary car that happens to have a badge on it. This is a 591 horsepower, twin-turbocharged V8 estate car that will carry your entire family, your luggage, 3 sets of football boots, and whatever else you need, and then pull away from almost anything on the road when you are done loading it up. It does 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, 3.1. That is a supercar number in a vehicle that looks like a very serious family wagon. Messi's connection to Audi is well documented. During his years at FC Barcelona, the club had a long-standing partnership with Audi, and each season, players would receive vehicles from the brand. Over time, that relationship appears to have developed into genuine appreciation because even without the obligation, the RS6 remained a fixture in his life. And honestly, there is something deeply relatable about this one. Even when you have Ferraris in the garage, sometimes you just want 5 seats, a big boot, and enough power to remind other drivers that you are not someone to underestimate. The RS6 Avant is essentially the automotive equivalent of Messi jogging at 70% and then suddenly making 4 defenders look like traffic cones. Calm until it is absolutely not. Number 7. Range Rover Autobiography. The Range Rover Autobiography sits at roughly $200,000 and above, depending on specification, and it represents a very specific kind of luxury statement, the one that says I have excellent taste, and I would also like to be comfortable while expressing it. 523 horsepower, supercharged V8, air suspension that essentially isolates the cabin from the concept of road imperfection, and an interior that is genuinely difficult to describe without using the word serene. It is not a performance car. It makes no claim to being one. What it claims is that your time and your comfort are worth investing in, and that the journey matters as much as the destination. For Messi, the Range Rover Autobiography has served as a reliable daily presence. When you are someone who also owns a Pagani Zonda and a LaFerrari, you do not use those for school runs or dinner reservations. You use the Range Rover. And you probably enjoy it more than people expect, because genuine luxury at this level does something very specific. It removes friction from your life. Every adjustment, every surface, every sound inside that cabin is engineered to make you feel that the world outside is manageable. That is not a small thing for someone who has spent the better part of 35 years under an extraordinary level of global scrutiny. Sometimes you just want a very quiet, very capable car to get from A to B without anyone making it complicated. Number 6. Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale. Let us talk about the overlooked gem in this collection, because the Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale does not get nearly enough credit in conversations about Messi's garage. Priced at approximately $150,000, the MC Stradale is the track-focused version of Maserati's Grand Tour. It carries a Ferrari-derived, naturally aspirated V8 producing 450 horsepower, and it delivers it in a way that modern turbocharged engines simply cannot replicate, with drama, noise, and a soundtrack that sounds like the car is genuinely enjoying the process. The MC Stradale also drops around 110 kilograms compared to the standard Gran Turismo through the use of carbon fiber components, making it significantly more aggressive to drive. What makes this interesting in the context of Messi's collection is the depth of his appreciation for Italian automotive culture. Most people outside the car world assume Italian cars begin and end with Ferrari and Lamborghini, but Maserati occupies a very specific, the very refined space in Italian engineering. More exclusivity, less volume, less spectacle, more substance. It is a subtle choice for someone who understands the difference, and clearly, Messi does. The MC Stradale is essentially the car equivalent of a no-look pass, technically brilliant, understated until you look closely, and quietly making everyone around it seem a little ordinary by comparison. Number 5. Porsche 918 Spyder. There is an unofficial but universally acknowledged title in the automotive world called the Holy Trinity. It refers to 3 hypercars that arrived within the same era and collectively reset the definition of what a road car could do. The McLaren P1, the LaFerrari, and the Porsche 918 Spyder. Messi owns one of the 3. The 918 Spyder was limited to exactly 918 units worldwide and was priced at approximately $845,000 at launch. Today, on the secondary market, well-maintained examples are routinely trading above $1.5 million. The car produces 887 horsepower through a hybrid system, combining a naturally aspirated V8 with 2 electric motors, one on each axle, giving it all-wheel drive and a 0 to 60 time of 2.5 seconds. In 2013, it set a production car lap record at the Nürburgring that stood for years. But beyond the numbers, the 918 Spider represents something philosophically important. Porsche built it to prove that hybrid technology did not have to mean compromise, that you could use electrification to make something faster, more responsive, and more emotionally engaging, not less. And they succeeded so completely that the automotive industry largely accepted their argument and moved in that direction. For Messi to have one of these 918 cars means he is not simply collecting trophies with engines, he is picking pieces of automotive history while that history is still being written, and he has very good instincts about which pieces matter. Number 4. Ferrari F430 Spider. Every collection has an origin story. For Messi's garage, the Ferrari F430 Spider is widely considered to be it. Produced between 2004 and 2009, the F430 sits at approximately $200,000 and delivers 483 horsepower from a naturally aspirated V8, getting to 60 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds. It was, and still is, a magnificent Ferrari. Sharp, involving, dramatic in exactly the right way. The story attached to this car is one of the most enjoyable in football. It is widely reported that FC Barcelona presented Messi with the F430 as part of a performance incentive. In other words, he scored goals, and they gave him a Ferrari. This is how elite football clubs operated during the Guardiola era. The bonuses were not checks quietly deposited into an account. They were Italian sports cars, handed over in what must have been an extraordinarily casual manner by the club hierarchy. Most employees receive a bonus in a card with a handshake. Messi received a Ferrari. If that does not illustrate the economic universe that elite football exists in, nothing will. But beyond the story, the F430 matters because it planted something. A footballer who grows up on modest means in Argentina, who reaches the summit of his sport, and whose first significant automotive reward is a prancing horse from Maranello, that experience does not leave you. It is why the Ferraris keep appearing in this collection decade after decade. Some loyalties are built in the garage before they are built anywhere else. Number 3. LaFerrari. And here is where Ferrari loyalty reaches its logical conclusion. The LaFerrari, and yes, that name translates literally as the Ferrari, because apparently by this point Ferrari decided that subtlety was someone else's problem, is one of 499 ever made. It was priced at approximately $1.4 million at launch, though the secondary market has long since moved that figure considerably higher. The performance figures are almost offensive. 950 combined horsepower from a naturally aspirated 6.3-liter i512 paired with a hybrid kinetic energy recovery system derived directly from Ferrari's Formula One program. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, a top speed of over 217 miles per hour. But the number that truly matters with the LaFerrari is 499. That is the total global production, and Ferrari did not simply sell these to anyone with the funds, they chose their buyers. Ferrari's customer relations team actively selected owners they considered worthy of the car, collectors with history with the brand, individuals of cultural significance, people who would represent the LaFerrari appropriately. The fact that Messi was selected by Ferrari is, but in a strange way, a more exclusive distinction than ownership itself. Ferrari handpicked him. For a car. That is the level we are discussing. It also means that in a world of 8 billion people, 499 have a LaFerrari. And one of those, 499, grew up sharing a football with his cousins on a street in Rosario. That particular combination of origin and destination never stops being remarkable. Number 2. Pagani Zonda Tricolore. We opened this video by telling you there are only 3 of them on the planet. Now you are going to understand exactly what that means. The Pagani Zonda Tricolore was built in 2010 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Frecce Tricolore, Italy's national aerobatic display team. 3 cars, total, global production, ever. Each one carries a 6.0-liter AMG V12 engine, producing 678 horsepower. The body is constructed from Pagani's proprietary carbon titanium composite, which is stronger and lighter than conventional carbon fiber. The livery echoes the colors of the Italian aerobatic team, white, green, and red, delivered in a tricolor design that turns an already extraordinary machine into something approaching a moving piece of ceremonial art. Pricing is, at this level, almost a theoretical exercise. Initial valuations place the tricolor above $2 million. Current market estimates for a car of this rarity and significance, if one were ever to surface for sale, would comfortably exceed that figure by a significant margin. Messi reportedly owns one of the three. And to be transparent with you, as a channel that values accuracy, some sources have questioned this. The information around ultra-rare vehicle ownership at this level is not always publicly verifiable. But multiple credible automotive publications and sports media outlets have included the tricolor in Messi's collection, and the balance of evidence supports it. If it is accurate, then Messi shares ownership of an entire category of object with precisely two other people on Earth. Not two other footballers, not two other billionaires, two other human beings. That is a form of exclusivity that money alone cannot reliably purchase. You also need to be the kind of person Pagani considers a worthy custodian. Apparently, winning 8 Ballon d'Or awards and a World Cup is considered relevant criteria.
Number 1. Ferrari 335 S Spider. Scagliate. Here is where the collection transcends celebrity ownership and enters automotive history. The Ferrari 335 S Spider Scagliate is not simply a rare car. It is arguably the most valuable Ferrari ever built. In 2016, a 1957 example sold at auction in Paris for €32.1 million, making it one of the most expensive cars ever sold at auction in recorded history. Full stop. Built in 1957 for pure motorsport, the 335S was Ferrari's ultimate expression of mid-century racing brutality. A 4.1-liter V12 engine, an open-top Scagliate. Body so beautiful it belongs in a museum, and in many ways, it does. It competed at the highest levels of endurance racing, including Le Mans. Driven by legends of the sport, Messi's connection to this car places him in extraordinarily rare company, not just among footballers, or athletes, or billionaires, but among serious collectors who understand that certain machines are not purchases, they are responsibilities. You do not own a 335S Spider Scagliate? You become its temporary custodian on behalf of history. From a kid in Rosario to a custodian of a €32 million piece of Ferrari history. That is not a car story. That is a human story. That is 10 cars inside Lionel Messi's collection. From a Toyota Land Cruiser he drives in Rosario to a Pagani Zonde, of which only 3 exist on this earth. With a custom golf cart named Antonito sitting quietly at the top of the list, for reasons that have nothing to do with horsepower and everything to do with character, this has been If you made it all the way here, you already know, this channel is worth your subscription, so make it official if you have not already. And if you want to see more collections, more stories, and more content that goes deeper than the surface, check out what is coming next on StoreWire. We will see you there.